A, what are you, Santa with cookies and milk? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to First Take. Thank you for being with us. Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman, I'm Molly Karen
Stephen A. has it in his head that only crunch berries get some fat. It's pandemic. Wait, brother, you can't be eating cookies and milk.
What's going on, bro? How y'all doing? How's everybody doing? Everybody's all right? Hey,
Yeah,
listen, man. Hey, listen, now, I was over my boy, listen, Molly, Max, Keyshawn.
Yeah.
I was over my boy Jeff's house, living in California. I was just chilling with the family. You know, had a home-cooked meal. His lovely wife, Nina, took care of me and stuff like that. And lo and behold, I'm here thinking, you know what? You know, I'm just going to go there and watch the Cleveland Browns lose another game. The next thing I know, they were up 41-14.
All right, let's get right into it. Let's go there,
back.
Stephen A.
But it's just a beautiful thing. Go ahead, Molly. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Let's start it off.
I'm sorry.
Please send Jeff your godson, the family, my love. Yeah, Dallas now 1-3, Stephen A. Cleveland put up 49 on the Cowboys defense. They're worst in the NFL in points per game. What happened to this team?
Well, the Dallas Cowboys stink. Can we just say that? They're just awful. All right. And we understand why. Because they don't have a defense. They can't stop anybody. They can't stop a cold. I mean, it's bad enough that they came into the game with their secondary highly suspect. But I would remind everybody that despite the fact that the Cleveland Browns scored 49 points. I mean, the third straight game the Dallas Cowboys has given up over 38 points. It's bad enough the Cleveland Browns scored 49 points. Do you know that Baker Mayfield only threw for 165 yards? He only threw for 165 yards. But they had 307 yards rushing. I mean, they were running all over. Even though Nick Chubb went there, he got hurt. The bottom line, you still had Kareem Hunt there. You still had Nick Chubb. Some dude, Dearness Jackson. I mean, who else they have, for crying out loud? You can't get to the passer. You can't stop the run. You can't stop the pass. And I'm going to look at Mike McCarthy for this. And here is why. And Keyshawn Johnson, you can appreciate this, my brother. Who's the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys? I believe it's some dude named Mike Nolan, if I remember correctly. Last time this brother was relevant as a coordinator, he had Ray Lewis manning his defense, okay? Ever since then, when he was in Atlanta, 2012, 2013, 2014, I think the defense went from, they were ranked 24th to 27th to 31. So awful was he that nobody thought about making him a defensive coordinator until Mike McCarthy comes back after a year hiatus, not as a coach, loses his job in Green Bay, supposedly learning the error of his ways, going to be new, going to be innovative, not going to be archaic. He goes and gets some dude from the scrap heap, okay? And now their defense again can't stop a damn cold. Dak Prescott drops, pass for 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, but the bottom line is, they were guilty as well because how do you get in that kind of damn hole? That was inexcusable. Ezekiel Elliott suddenly not running the football effectively enough. That's a different story for another day. But the main story is that DeMarcus Lawrence, your highest paid defensive player, he can't get to the quarterback because they're focusing on him. Jalen Smith, I love this brother, but he's getting exposed. He looks a bit slow out there. I think they're not utilizing him effectively. Their secondary is in shatters. Obviously, Leighton Vander Esch is injured. They can't stop anybody. So one way or another, here we go saying the same thing that I have always said about these damn Dallas Cowboys. They got an explosive offense, but now the defense was an issue. Before it was a defense, but the offense was an issue. They will find a way. They will not let you down. Just be patient and just wait for their collapse because it always arrives. It is who they are, and this is the latest example of it.
Well, listen, the Cowboys, when they hired McCarthy, no one's banging down McCarthy's door. He's a good head coach once upon a time. You can't win a Super Bowl. I don't care what your team is if you really don't know what you're doing for the most part. But the game seemed to pass him by. That's why he had to come out and they had to, with the PR, hey, I'm into analytics now, everybody. As soon as, you know how you know there's a problem with the head coaching hire? Jerry Jones hires him. Jerry Jones is not going to hire a Jimmy Johnson or a Bill Parcells ever again because they get too much credit. He needs a coach that the media will buy and the fans will buy as an acceptable head coach, but is not going to have such a big personality that he, instead of Jerry, is going to get the credit. And Jerry Jones's team won't win a Super Bowl until he checks his ego and makes winning a Super Bowl more important than winning it his way. But yesterday, it's a lot about the Browns, too. Like, that's what happened to the Cowboys, too. The Browns. Say whatever you want about Cleveland. And I did not, write them off because of the Week 1 loss to Baltimore, which was an excellent regular season team the last couple seasons with Lamar Jackson. and there's no preseason, and Baker Mayfield has his 4th head coach in 2 seasons and a game, right? 4th head coach. And the guys don't have I did not look too much into that, and they have not had a tough schedule since then. Washington and these kind of teams. Still, they've not only won 3 straight, but they're doing it by putting up, on average, almost 40 points a game. Stefanski looks like he's the right coach for this offense. Look what he did in Minnesota. Like, Kirk Cousins is not a franchise quarterback. He's a starting quarterback. If you squint, he can look like a franchise quarterback. But with Stefanski, who works from the run out, if you can just stay efficient, he'll put you in positions to succeed. And the Vikings looked good, and so did Kirk Cousins. You know, maybe Baker Mayfield has a little more talent than Kirk Cousins. I don't know. You can debate that. But Stefanski is now with Baker Mayfield, who, like Kirk Cousins, is not a franchise guy, maybe, but a starting quarterback. And you look at Odell Beckham and the talent around him. I think a lot of what happened to the Cowboys had to do with Cleveland's offense.
And we will get into Cleveland later, quietly 3-1 right now. But Keyshawn, former Cowboy, we want to hear from you. What do you think happened to Dallas on the field yesterday?
I look at the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, they're still moving the ball down the field. They're still scoring points. But Mike Nolan, like Stephen A. said, has been removed from being a defensive coordinator. Last time he was a DC, I think it was 2014. It's a long time to get back in it. It's totally different now, Molly, than it's been before. So when you look at where he's at, trying to understand the personnel, they need to invest. First of all, they need to invest big money in their secondary. There is a guy named Earl Thomas that's floating out there. I don't know why they won't kick those tires on him and try to figure out how they can get him in the fold, because I'm sure he will bring some veteran leadership to help that young secondary out.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.